Hello, everyone. I am Claire Jones, if we haven't met yet, the owner of Liminal Clarity, and I am the change guide for growth that provides support and stability to high achieving women during times of change, stress, and or transformation. So I am jumping on today to talk about the second area of wellness practices that you can prioritize in order to show up as your best self in everything that you do and achieve more in less time with less stress. And I'm talking about playtime, one of my favorites. So if you're catching me live, make sure that you say hello. If you're catching a replay, say hello, comment, and tell us where you're tuning in from and what your favorite play activity is. Before I get into the nitty gritty here, I do want to let you know that I am opening up 3 spaces to women impact makers out there who want to take control of their schedules and cultivate a solid foundation of mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical practices that will support them in achieving their goals without burning out in the process. So if you're interested, book a call with me. I'll put the link in the chat here. And now let's talk about how exactly did I discover the benefits of playtime. So playtime is not exactly something that I've always been able to prioritize in my adult life or been aware of prioritizing in my adult life. In high school and college, it was relatively easy. There were plenty of opportunities to participate in playtime, but it was not easily transferable to later years of my adult life. Since then, I've learned about the very positive rewards in the brain for devoting time to play, and recently I've made more of an effort to prioritize it in my life. So nowadays, it looks like devoting time to art time so that I can flex and engage my creativity muscles. Pre-pandemic, I also tried to do one board game night a week or just game night a week, and that's either playing Dungeons and Dragons or some other wide range of board games with my friends. And sometimes it looks like playing around with my dog or going dancing with friends or going out to karaoke with friends. But lately, I've been having mini dance parties by myself around the house, as well as indulging in my imagination with a wide variety of fantasy, romance, and historical drama, TV shows, and books. So during the pandemic, I binge watched shows like The Great on Hulu, which is a satire about Catherine the Great. Then I discovered Bridgerton, which we all know and love. And then I discovered The Borgias, which is a very scandalous show about papal Rome in the 1500s. And then I discovered Reign, which is about Mary, Queen of Scots in French court in the 1600s. And then I went into more fantasy with shows like The Witcher. And that really started my whole arc at the moment. And so this year I've read a bunch of amazing fantasy books like Dark Shores by Daniel L. Jensen, a bunch of books by Jennifer L. Armentrout, Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco, and Iron Widow by Ziran J. Zhao. And this is just how I indulge in play on a week-to-week basis, but everyone's different, and so you kind of got to find something that works for you. Maybe you're more sports inclined, and so you find a lot of joy and play in playing sports. So maybe you want to find a intramural ultimate frisbee team or soccer league or softball league. Or maybe you're more theater inclined, and so maybe you want to take like an improv class or something along those lines, or poetry or pottery. So you can engage in those play muscles and make it fun. There is a whole range of even like wine and paint nights that have become very popular lately, even online. That is a great way to indulge in play. So can anyone relate to this? I know a lot of us have been trying to find ways like this to incorporate play into our daily lives. So I'm sure there's a lot of you out there. So if you're interested in finding activities that like these that work best for you, I'm opening up these 3 spaces for women go-getters who want to take control of your schedules and better feed your brain's needs. The link is in chat if you're interested. So let's get into the nitty-gritty with playtime. So this is often seen as an unimportant behavior relegated to the young and immature, but play actually directly contributes to the release of dopamine, which allows all animals in the animal kingdom to cope with unexpected demands of a potentially threatening and stressful environment. So for us, it's actually a natural reward system that enhances our creativity and our capacity to adapt when faced with challenging and changing circumstances. Talk about ways to navigate change. Play actually builds our muscles to do that. So it allows your brain to explore and experiment in social situations in a non-threatening environment. So you become more adept and more flexible when it comes to challenging social situations. To challenges in social situations. So you have more ability, you have more flexibility, you have more chances of responding to these challenging situations in a rational or positive, balanced way. So playtime has actually been shown to also reduce the prevalence of ADHD in children as well. It is a total game changer. So one thing you can do to prioritize this is to devote at least 2 hours per week to unstructured play. This is being very free, this is being very loose, this is being very imaginative in the way that you engage in play. So just do something that makes you happy. Enjoy it and really lean into the joyful activities that you participate in on a daily or weekly basis. An easy tool is to use board games as a way to combine playtime and connecting time. Again, there is a way to combine these practices so that you're not trying to schedule 7 new blocks of time into your probably overloaded schedule already. So you can combine these two and really streamline your time and make it more efficient and still reap the benefits of the different areas. So dancing, acting, painting, singing, playing instruments, playing with the kids or your pets, all of the above can apply as long as you're focused on the playful, explorative, imaginative aspects. So how are you consciously devoting time to play activities throughout the week? I want you to consider that as we went over this for today. So that's pretty much it. That's what I wanted to present for today. If you're interested in learning more, please book a call with me. The link is in the comments. And let's talk about a way to get you on track, focused, and devoting time appropriately to these activities that will feed your brain and actually empower you to achieve your goals while having way more fun in the process, right? So we can use tools like the Healthy Mind Platter, flexible time blocking, and empowering rituals so that you can reach and maintain peak performance even in times of stress, change, and or transformation. When things go sideways, these are your maintenance tools to make sure that you don't lose your mind in the process. And I cannot wait to support you in your growth journey. So in the meantime, please join me for more Facebook Lives where I'll be doing a deeper dive into each of these areas and providing practical tips, tools, and recommendations. Next week, I'm going to be jumping on to talk about physical time. But until then, please remember that your authentic self is extraordinary, it is wonderful, and you owe it to yourself to create the elevated life that you know you are capable of. Take care, everyone. Bye.